In Jordan, of course, it went right down to the last 0.2 of a second between this man and Sebastian Ogier. It's incredible that Jari-Matti Latvala has not won a rally in 2011. The speed and technique that the 26-year-old Finn has shown have just been impeccable throughout the year. Completely selfless in the last few rallies, handing victory to Hevonen in Australia and a position in France. Looking likely that could be the case at the end of this stage. He comes through to win the stage, stage 17. Quickest for Jari-Matti Latvala. Takes 3.3 out of Loeb. Mika Hevonen has been a much stronger contender during day 3, and he was in either day 1 or day 2.
100, oikee eri mene, kira vähän, 160, vasen K-aja tarkka, siis vasen K-aja tarkka, 200, vasen nopea, tiukka, kira vähän, urat, 6, oikee hidas, 150.
Nico comes through third fastest on the stage, 2.9 away from Loeb, 6.2 off of Latvala. Over 1 minute 36 behind Jari-Matti. On stage win on day 2, a puncher earlier on in the day here, and the power steering issues have hurt Danny Sordo's charge, but on 17 he is fully committed. He knows he needs to work hard to make sure that Ogier doesn't get any closer. 13 seconds with this mixture of tyre choice based on soft tyres on the right, harder tyres on the left for him and Meek. Oh, there's commitment for you. The drama for Ogier. Closing in within a few seconds of Sordo. Split's looking strong. Incredible. Could it be another engine failure? Another engine failure for Citroën Racing. And if there was any doubt about Ogier's World Championship, that's gone completely now. Huge frustration for a man with 5 wins to his name, going to a rally that in GB that he's rolled out of every time he's competed in it so far. So sure he needs to try and do something special to this man, though. I'm sure will be relishing the thought of rallying in GB. Tyres clearly not the ideal choice for these conditions. Rosberg's braking issues and his caliper issues still hurting him a little bit. Seems to have got it sorted for stage 17. Strongest stage so far. Split's very solid. Comes through, sets an identical time to Mikko Hevonen, the joint 3rd fastest time. And of course, with Ogier's retirement, moves up into 6th, just behind Chris Meek. Oh. Drama for Matthew Wilson, though. Clatters into a barrier, and that looks to be the end of the 24-year-old Cumbrian's rally. News that he may be moving teams for 2012 could be very interesting. And that means that this man, Dennis Kuipers, after his superb performance in France, best ever result for him or for any Dutch driver in WRC, he's looking solid from moving from 11th, working his way through. 25 seconds off at the beginning of the day, and now 6th occasion in 2011. Looks good for scoring points for the firm team. That's what it looks like now. 24.9 a gap, but surely those positions will change for 2nd and 3rd. What a performance by Jari-Matti, though. Sordo and Meek now, obviously, we're benefiting from Ogier's drama. Rosberg, similarly, Novikov, Henning, Kuipers, and now Juho Hananen moves into the top 10. And yes, 2000 SWRC battle was almost settled before the rally had started. Like Peter Solberg, like Ken Block, Oik Tanak, the man who'd been on fire this year, 3 wins, clattered into the same culvert, unsighted in the dust, and that was the end of the Estonian's challenge. Announced that he will be taking part in the WRC proper in the works cars next year, on semi-works cars. Hananen, meanwhile, already an IRC champion, knows that he needs a solid result to clinch this championship. 2 wins under his belt already. Sitting there second behind Nasser Al-Attiyah for the majority of the first 2 days. Would be doing enough to keep himself ahead. This is the final round of the championship, and Al-Attiyah has been superb. Had a win taken away from him at the start of the year in Mexico, another one he lost through technical problems. Second place in Germany. The Qatari driver looking very good for another chance of a podium until stage 13. And braking issues put him out of contention and allowed Hananen to sneak into the lead for the remainder of the day. And most importantly, for the remainder of the rally, Juho Hananen goes on to take victory, and with it, the championship. The new champion, Juho Hananen, wins the rally from Al-Attiyah. Prokop, Craig Breen set some fastest stage times, was on for a podium until a damper failure put him out. And that's what it looks like now. Hananen, the new champion, a fantastic year from Oitanak, though. What a young talent that man is. Prokop, Selsa, Gazla Jr., Kruder, Al-Attiyah, Turan, Vinilson and Javera, who also incidentally won the Abu Dhabi Spirit of the Rally Award. Fantastic for the paraplegic driver from Andorra. So, with rain on the horizon, just a power stage to go. Are we going to see a change for second and third? We'll do it again. We'll find out in just a moment on Motors. So, after stage 17, Loeb leads Latvala by 24.9, and that is the big story. Rain is falling on the power stage. We've seen that some drivers had elected to stick with the tyres that they were running early on in the day with a hard compound, but it was a possible benefit that could go towards the 2 crews that had gone for soft or a mixture of soft tyres. And for the first time in his WRC career, Chris Meek enters a power stage, having not finished so far in the rallies he's done for Mini. And the 32-year-old from Dungannon, co-driven as always enthusiastically by Paul Nagel, the 2009 IRC champions, charge into the stage with these softer tyres working beautifully for the Mini. Tina Gade, who is Chris's engineer, had advised him to just bring it home. At Tina, the hugely experienced race engineer and rally engineer now. A wise head on young shoulders, she said, to get it back, but he's pushing, and he's pushing well. Osberg's time at 2:57.2. They're running in reverse order. Tidy there, right up to the edge of the road. Crosses the line, it's a good time, 2:45.7, 11.5 seconds quicker than Mats Osberg. But surely, though, this man could do something about it. Danny Sordo, so fast on these roads. This is home for him. He knows he wants to perform well for his compatriots, all cheering him on. Meek there look on anxiously. No, that was such a brilliant time. They also know what a great driver they've got as their teammate. Meek said his mission was to learn from Danny on this rally, and he's certainly done that. He's been impeccable throughout. Mentioned earlier, just one small spin on stage 2. Other than that, the Northern Irishman has just been superb. The Spaniard, meanwhile, has been hindered by the dust on day 1 and then by a puncture today. Going to be very close between Sordo and Meek. Yes, Meek is quicker. 0.2 of a second for Meek. You can see the elation between the two of them. The surprise probably that they could beat their teammate. That's a fantastic performance as Hievinen now having inherited second place from Jari-Matti, as we thought. Didn't win power stages in Finland, out in Mexico. With the damp road underneath him and the harder tyres, it looks a much more cautious drive than we saw from the two mini drivers. A fairly major breakthrough for Mikko Hievinen in his driving technique and setup for the final day with that stage win, really helping him. 10 seconds away from Chris Meek. Big smile from Paul Nagel. Jari-Matti do, can he get anywhere near? He was elated to take his first power stage win in Germany last time out. In France rather, last time out. Loeb, of course, dominated in Germany on the power stage, really sent a message to his young teammate Ogier. Congratulations there from Mikko Hievinen, who clearly knows that unless Jari-Matti rather does something fantastic, it's going to be all about the Irishman. There is the change of position for Jari-Matti. Just brings it home to make sure that it's nice and tidy, but a superb performance by Latvala, arguably the star of the rally. The most stage wins on this rally. So, the master at work, undefeated on this rally for so long. Could this be rally win number 7 in Spain for Sebastian Loeb? It's as good as done. It's just this remainder of this 4.3k stage. This would be win number 67. And despite the retirement of Ogier, it looks like it's going to be a 7th manufacturer's title for Citroën. Question being, will it be title number 8 for Loeb? He's certainly done enough to put himself back on track. Is he going to get any points in the power stage? They're all important. Goes through with 4.9 away from Meek. Chris Meek wins the power stage for Mini. His first stage win. Mini's first one on the power stage. Second for Danny Soro. 1-2 for Mini, but Sebastian Loeb takes the extra point, and he's going to lead Mikko Hievinen by 8 points going into the final rally of the year in Great Britain in 3 weeks' time in the Forests of Wales. But fantastic performance by Meek.
First power stage win and your first WRC stage victory must be a fantastic feeling. Yeah, incredible. You know, I have to say, after France we were in a bit of a downer, but coming here we settled into a rhythm all weekend, and you know, we were running 6th until Ogier had the problem. To get a 5th place and to win the power stage is yeah, something pretty special, I have to say.
Appropriate seeing the British flag there as the crews and teams were raising money in memory of Richard Burns, and Loeb wins from Hievinen and Latvala, Sordo, Meek, Osberg, Novikov gets it home in the points. Well done, Evgeny. Solberg, Henning, that is. And of course, Petter retired on stage 1.
Exactly the result you needed in terms of this year's championship. Another faultless rally from you.
Yeah, it was really a good rally for us. We done a perfect race, I would say. No mistakes. That was important. The conditions were quite tricky. So now we have 1.2 in the power stage. It was the only goal we could have here. It's 2 mini were with soft tire. It was no chance, but okay, we've done the best we could.
Second place and the Drivers' Championship is still alive.
That's still alive, and you know, this one and France have been such difficult rallies for me. But good thing is, you know, this morning I finally started to understand what's been wrong and cut some pace, so it's a bit better. But